How does AI predict future migration trends? Imagine a world where computers can forecast where people will move years before it happens. That is what artificial intelligence is doing in the field of migration. It helps us understand how populations shift over time. By analyzing a huge amount of data, AI models can spot patterns and predict future movements of people across the United States and beyond. This is especially useful for planning cities, managing resources, and preparing for climate change impacts. AI systems gather information from many sources. Demographic data like population size, age groups, and gender help us see who is likely to move. Economic data such as employment rates, income levels, and gross domestic product show what motivates people to relocate for better jobs or living conditions. Environmental data, including temperature changes, rainfall, and rising sea levels, reveal areas at risk of flooding or drought that might push residents to move. Social media and online activity provide clues about community attitudes and mobility trends. Conflict data tracks political unrest or violence that can force people to leave their homes. The more detailed and diverse the data, the better these models can predict migration patterns. Once the data is collected, machine learning algorithms come into play. These are special computer programs that learn from past migration patterns. They use techniques like neural networks, support vector machines, and decision trees to find relationships between different factors and actual population movements. For example, models trained on data from hurricanes like Katrina and Rita can help predict where people might relocate if similar storms happen again. These algorithms are designed to process large datasets quickly and improve their predictions as new information becomes available. Socioeconomic factors often influence migration more than climate events alone. AI models analyze how age, gender, education, social networks, and infrastructure interact with environmental stresses. For instance, younger men with family members in other cities are more likely to move when weather worsens. Severe climate events, such as long droughts or major floods, tend to cause international migration, while less intense stressors usually lead to internal moves within the country. In the case of the United States, AI models have been used to predict how rising sea levels could reshape population distribution. Studies show that coastal cities like Miami, New Orleans, and parts of North Carolina could see hundreds of thousands of residents relocate inland within decades. Cities such as Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, Denver, and Las Vegas are expected to become popular new homes for many. Rural areas in the Midwest might also experience population growth as people seek safer, higher ground. Forecasting migration is an ongoing process. AI models are tested against real migration data and adjusted regularly. As new data comes in and patterns change, these models become more accurate. They requiring powerful computers to handle the large datasets and complex calculations involved. Cloud computing and high-performance systems are often used to keep the predictions reliable and up to date. These predictions help governments and organizations plan better. They can prepare infrastructure, social services, and housing in areas expected to see an influx of new residents. At the same time, they can support communities facing population decline. By understanding future migration trends, policymakers can make smarter decisions about resource allocation and urban development. This way, we can create resilient communities that adapt well to changing population patterns driven by climate, economy, and social factors.